What's up, everybody? It's Smith here from GamersHeroes.com, and I've got a quick guide for you in Star Wars Jedi Survivor on where to find every single perk in the game. Now, real quick, there is a perk you get early on in the story, which I'm not going to spoil, not going to mention. No point in guiding that, you can't miss it. There are several perks you can buy from Z, who is a droid that you gain access to very early on. Again, story, can't miss it, it's in her shop. And there are 3 perks you get for completing the game. I'm going to avoid those because of spoilers, because those can't be missed, and we're just going to go into the rest. So first up, we've got Ambidexterity. This one increases your lightsaber damage if you shoot targets. So you can find it here on the map. This is the Devastated Settlement. I've put this one first because I figured if people are looking for the last few, this is one of the hardest to find. Saves you watching through the whole video. In the Devastated Settlement, you want to come to the left-hand side and use this purple beam to aim at a small platform on the other side. You can just see it at the edge of the beam there. This is also one of the meditation chambers. Kind of. It's not one you go inside, but it's a different one. You then use the Winged Beast to fly across and use BD's special ability to sync up the black crystals with the Beam of Light to destroy the crystals inside, which reveals the perk. I'll show you in a second. So with the perks that you get from Z and the 3 you get from completing the game, and with all the perks in here, it's the full 25 out of 25. On your first playthrough, you miss 3. There's no slots for them. You can't get them until you complete the game. So if you're right at the end of the game and you've only got 22, you need to finish the game to get the final 3. Then simply use the ability to create a chain so it conducts all of the Jedi Force energy. I'm not actually sure what that stuff is. I don't remember it being explained in the game. They're not all as long as this one. This one is just particularly the hardest one, so I just wanted to put this one first and get it out of the way. And then you head inside, grab the chest, and you've got the Ambidexterity perk. Next up, we have the Centered perk. Now, this is a boss fight. Again, in the story, you can't miss this one. I included it because technically you can miss it. You can walk straight past it. I'm not giving any more details because it's a huge spoiler bit, but you'll see it and you can't miss it. Next one, we have Fellowship. I don't really like this one. This one really nerfs you quite hard. In order to reach this one, you just need the ability to mount. So you need the Tame ability. And you can grab a mount nearby or from the Rambler's Reach outpost stables. Head up to this location. Use the mount to jump up onto the wall just above me there. And then use Cal's double jump to jump off, climb up to the top, and you will find the perk up there. Next up is the Fortification perk. You can find this one in the Forest Array. This is part of the story. Towards the end of the first time you go to Kobo, there's a small cave right here, like right where I'm standing. There's a long corridor, and then right inside it there's a little tiny crevice you can sneak through. So if you fast travel to the Biomore Den in the Forest Array, which is right next to where I'm standing now, head to this location. You'll be able to see a small light on the floor and a crack in the wall to go through to get the perk. This next one is the Fortitude perk. You can find this in the Fogged Expanse, also on Kobo. The nearest fast travel point is the Imperial Outpost. So for this particular bit, you'll be jumped on by a ton of droids. The droids will come out of the ground, and the exploding ones that track you down with a laser. So they'll follow you and try to kill you. Destroy those, jump off down the other side. The story takes you to that platform just there, but it doesn't take you down here. Slide down here, you'll find a boss. Defeat the boss, and in the grass just behind it, you will see the perk, Fortitude. Next up, we have Gambler. This one's pretty brutal. Increases your experience, but you don't respawn when you die. So it's pretty hardcore. You can find this one on Jedi. Up here in the Trailhead Pantheon. The meditation point is the Crypt of Irma. So you'll come past this part in the story. You'll have to go through that cave to the left, do the Crypt of Irma, then you come out this side. This is where you need the ability to pass through the force fields. Again, story progress. You'll get there before too long. And then there is a boss fight in that room just here. And after you defeat the boss, you can get a perk from behind it. Next up is the Marksman perk. This is in the Devastated Settlement. This is the same place as one of the earlier perks. The first one, Ambidexterity. It's up here, right on the top corner of the building, on the spire of the castle-y type thing here, right where I'm standing now. And then you can just fly down to get back to where you were. Should have put this one next to the Ambidexterity one, really, but there we go. I wanted to put them alphabetically. Next up, we have Patience. This is on the Mountain Ascent, also on Kobo. sort of bringing you back to Rambler's Reach so you can see where I'm going here. So for this one, you'll come up to the Mountain Reach. That is the fast travel point. That's the nearest one. Head to the right. You'll go through 2 of those green laser beam gates. Jump down to the water. If you haven't found them yet, Scuba Steph will be down there with a fish. Head behind the waterfall and you will find a Jedi chamber with the perk inside. Next up is Perplexity. I never really used Confusion, so this one was pretty rubbish for me. This is the Grand Oculus on the main observatory. Again, this is a story. You can just go past it and miss it, but it's just there. Next up, we have the Persistence one. Now, for this one, you need the ability to have Force Lift, which is the last travel power I think you get. So, 20 hours into the game or so when you get that, you can come back to this location. You enter through that hole in the roof I've just shown you. This is the shortcut to get back in. You can see there you need the Force Lift to be able to lift that platform up so you can run across it onto the other platform into the Jedi chamber opposite for the perk. Next one is the Precision perk. You can find that at this location. This is again the Devastated Settlement. So you head through these little gaps here. You have to pull down that brick, put it under the door. Then you can grab the orb from this side. So you grab the orb from there. I say brick, it's a big block. Put the orb in there. It goes through and then use BD1's ability to clear out all of the gunk that would be just here. And you will find the perk behind that location there. Next up, we have the Recuperation perk. This is in the Viscid Bog, which is the swamp-like area. It's not a very big area. It's not a very complicated area, so it's pretty easy to find your way around once you get there. Once you sort of get to the area, you want to do the story in the Viscid Bog first, because then you get abilities you can use to navigate a bit easier as you go around. So here's the fast travel point here. You need to be able to lift this platform up and go back the way I've just came from in order to get the perk. Another Jedi chamber over there. Next one is Resilience. This one increases your block meter. This is the one you get in the Chamber of Duality, which is one you get with Z right near the start. Next up, we have Shatter. This is more effective at breaking enemy guard. This is one you get quite early as well. This is Hunter's Quarry on Kobo. You can see here I haven't got a lot of the map explored, so this is one you can grab pretty quick. And some of the guard enemies, like the shield enemies, are really, really strong, so being able to bash through that pretty quick is really nice. So you go down there, you end up in Soden's Grotto, and you come all the way through, run right down to the end, and you will find the perk down there. Last but not least, we have Unflinching. This one should absorb a blaster hit when charging the blaster. You can find it near the Arid Flats fast travel point. Head up to the Desert Ridge. Right up here, there'll be a boss down here. It's a golden skaven or something. It's like a pincy thing. Scorpion. God, I couldn't come up with the word. And you'll find it in there. There you go. Nice and quick, nice and easy. Get what you need and get back to the game. If we helped you out today, do like, subscribe. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care now.